This election season, voters in the city of Worcester have 3 opportunities to cast their ballot. We start with the first process, which is Election Day. You can vote at your assigned polling location. The second option is you can cast your vote through the early voting, in-person locations. And the third option is vote by mail. We have over 30,000 residents have requested vote by mail applications and ballots to be mailed to them. So in order to ensure you how that process works, we're actually going to bring you inside our election office and give you an overview of what goes on to make sure that your ballot is processed properly, as well as what to look for when you get it in the mail. So the very first step of vote by mail is you submit the application. The Secretary of the Commonwealth has actually mailed every registered voter in the city a vote by mail application. So you can either mail that vote by mail application in, or you can drop it off in one of our drop-off boxes. So once you submit that vote by mail application, then that triggers your ballot being mailed. So right now you have 2 options. You can do it online or through that application. So once your application has been entered in the state voter registration system, the second step that we have to take is actually start putting your ballot packet together. And in that process, we start with printing your envelope. So this printer here is printing thousands of envelopes as we're currently speaking in order to accommodate for the 30,000 applications that we've received over the last few months. We usually use our staff people to put together the ballot envelopes and all the materials in there, as well as this machine to speed up the ballot delivery process to the voters. So basically, we put the ballot in here, we put the ballot envelope, which you'll return the ballot with, as well as some of the instructions that are required in that packet. So once the machine puts it together, then we go to our meter machine, which is our third step before it hits the post office. So the third machine we have is actually our stamping and metering machine. So once everything is put together through the packets, we bring all the ballot envelopes to this machine, we meter it, and then bring everything to the post office for proper delivery. Once the residents receive the vote by mail ballots, they have 2 options. They can put it back in the mailbox to be returned via the U.S. Postal Service, or they can drop it off at any of the drop-off boxes offered in the city of Worcester. We're going to be offering 11 drop-off boxes. 1 will be at City Hall, and 10 of them will be at the local fire stations. To find out the locations of the drop-off boxes, you can visit worcesterma.gov, and we'll have a full list of locations. Also, we're offering drop-off opportunities during the early voting sessions at any of the early voting locations. So again, all that information will be on our website of where to find your drop-off box location. Once voters have returned their ballots to the drop-off box or through the postal system, we receive them in the election division office and we scan them in. And once we scan in the actual ballot envelope, that triggers the Secretary of State's website to let you know that the ballot has been accepted by your local election official. And then we put them in a secure vault until we start the early central tabulation count that happens at City Hall, usually the weekend before Election Day. So I'm encouraging residents, once you drop off your ballots through the drop-off boxes or through the mail system, go on the Secretary of State's website and track your ballot. They have an application that says Track My Vote by Mail Ballot. You can put your information in there and we'll show you the status of your ballot if it has been accepted or it has not been accepted by the local election official. I do want to remind residents that before you drop off your ballots and mail them in through the drop-off boxes, make sure all your envelopes are signed. We cannot process any envelopes without signatures. What will happen in that case is we will reject the envelope without the signature and mail you another ballot. So please, before submitting your ballot and your ballot envelopes, make sure the manila envelope that has your signature option on there is signed. This concludes your vote by mail process. If you have questions, you can always reach the City Clerk's Office Election Division at 508-799-1134, or you can visit worcesterma.gov. And thank you for voting.